This lesson discusses using parameters by reference. Topics include: what is a reference? Why would you want to assign a parameter by reference? How do you call a function where the parameters are passed by reference? And what is the effect of parameters passed by reference outside of the function? Moving over to our first code example, the first question that arises is, what is a reference? Take a look at lines 5 and 6. You'll notice we're assigning a value of Tarzan to name1. On line 6, we're assigning name1 to name2. This is referred to as a simple assignment. What happens internally is that PHP allocates two separate memory locations, and one is labeled name1, the other is labeled name2. If we then reassign name2 with some other value, such as assigning $name2 a value of Jane, this will have no impact on the first allocation, which is $name1. However, notice lines 20 and 21. We are using the ampersand on line 21 to indicate that the assignment from name1 to name2 is being made by reference. What happens in this situation is that PHP does not allocate a separate memory location. Rather, it simply creates a reference or pointer or alias to the original memory location. So when we echo the two values, we would expect that they would be the same. On line 28 is where the big difference occurs. If we reassign the value for $name2, because it is in fact an alias for $name1, after the reassignment, $name1 will have the same value as $name2 because they are both pointing to the same memory location. To demonstrate this, let's go over to the browser and have a look at the first example. So as you can see, with the simple assignment, $name1 and $name2 have the same information. However, when we reassign $name2, it has the new value, Jane, and it has no impact on the original value of $name1. You'll notice, however, if we make the assignment by reference, after reassigning $name2 to the new value, $name1 also changes because they are both aliases to the same memory location. With this information in mind, let's look at the second code example where we bring in the function. We have a function called UCNames with three parameters: $fname, $mname, and $lname. The last two parameters are optional, as you can see, because they have a default value assigned. You'll also notice that each parameter is preceded by the ampersand. This indicates that the parameter is going to be assigned by reference. The result will then be that the original variable that's used when calling the function will be affected by any changes made to that variable during the course of the function. Now, as you will recall, on line 20, $first will have a temporary association with $fname. $middle will have a temporary association with $mname. And $last will have a temporary association with $lname. However, unlike a function where there are no references, because the assignment is by reference, $first and $fname will both be temporarily pointing to the same memory location. What this means then is that any change to $fname will be reflected back to $first. Any changes to mname will be reflected back to middle, and any changes to lname will be reflected back to last. So let's call the function on line 20. We will show the value before and after the function call. So let's move now to the browser and have a look at the second example. So as you can see, before the variables were unaffected, so we have Alfred E. Newman, all lowercase. Following the function call, the variables now have new values that are assigned to them in the function by reference. This also demonstrates a technique of how you can return more than one value from a function, because as you may recall, PHP functions are only allowed to return one value. By assigning by reference, you allow the function to return more than one value. In review, what is a reference? References are pointers to a memory location. You can also think of a reference as an alias to another variable. Why would you want to assign a parameter by reference? Not only does it save memory, it also allows the value of the variable to be passed back to the calling program. How do you call a function where the parameters are passed by reference? You would use an ampersand in front of the variable name inside of your parameter list. What is the effect of parameters passed by reference outside of the function? Any changes made to the variable inside the function are reflected back outside the function as well. This concludes our discussion of using parameters by reference.